What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the On God Pod.
I'm your boy Zafar. I'm your boy Bashir.
And today we have a special guest.
Special.
Our big brother, ROG, Nathan.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Nathan?
Doing good.
We're
Thank
not
you very
gonna give your
much.
whole name out because we don't want the. I ain't gonna hold you. I posted some shorts online recently, and they came after me, bro.
Oh yeah.
I thought the shorts was good, man.
They were in the comments talking shit about me. They're going crazy. They're going crazy, and then YouTube is doing some weird shit. That whole coalition, how they work.
That shadow ban?
No, definitely, bro.
Yeah.
They've been trying to stop the process a little bit.
Of course they have. The thing is that you should expect that they was going to do that in the beginning.
Yeah, I knew it, but I was like,
Yeah.
damn, I didn't know it was gonna be this tough. Like, I posted something like,
We didn't know it was gonna be that quick.
bro,
That was
did you
really
see the
quick.
views on the YouTube shorts?
Yeah.
Bro, it's like I posted for like 2 days ago. They're like 3. Not saying that maybe 3. Only 3 people wanted to watch it. Maybe, but I don't think so. With the stuff I posted before, even like the bullshit, the first early stuff we was doing.
I think all 3 of those might have been me. I think all 3 of those might have been me, my
Ladies and
man.
gentlemen, our OG and Dave.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank
three,
you.
3 from you, man. On God, low key. But yeah, it's kind of crazy to see how strong and how like they're on top of it. Like even one of the videos, the one of you talking, Bush, of kind of talking about the peaceful protests.
Yeah.
They were they flagged it and said that somebody reported it saying there was sexual nudity in there. And I was like, ain't no type of sexual nudity.
I'm like, people would try to flag anything for any reason.
Yeah, and then they
Yep.
stopped the whole account. They actually sent me a message letting me know, like, hey, your account and your stuff is not going to be shown to non-followers because of this post.
They mess with the algorithm, dude. They're doing that with everything. That's kind of a normal thing now.
Damn, man. You know, I heard this is kind of been a thing. It's just now that this whole conflict is going on, and then as we're seeing,
They doubled down.
yeah,
That's
they're
what happened.
going stronger because I ain't gonna hold you. Boozy was kind of talking about this back in the day. I'm not sure if you ever seen that about Lil Boosie. He during COVID, I think that's how he was making his money on Instagram. He was posting crazy stuff. He was posting naked women and shit. But he I guess he was following the guidelines because he was like he was trying to say they weren't fully naked or something, and they removed his whole account. But he was talking about other people's accounts that like he's noticed that they've been putting whatever they want and no one stops them at all. But as soon as he kind of put something, it's weird that they shut him down really fast, you know.
Yeah, man. It's a double standard with most things in life, but this one is, in the age of technology, you see it much faster. It's much more blatant.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I got a couple of friends and they post about all types of different stuff, and the way they've kind of gotten around it is they're like, I'm gonna like post about a protest. Now I'm gonna post about this cute kitten. Now I'm gonna post about Starbucks and how we boycott it.
Yeah.
And then on the next, how some people love it. And it's like, trying to throw the algorithm off so that it can't necessarily catch you. And it's
Yeah.
like, that's smart, but it's only gonna literally work for a short amount of time until that gets caught too.
True.
And it's really, it's like if you don't see, like, bro, that's super weird. Like, why would they need to slow you down?
Yeah.
There's a reason why they're slowing us down. You know, like if anybody out there that's still questioning the conflict, there's mad people talking about this. You can go see for yourself, posting something about Palestine, pro-Palestine, and watch your normal views and post something normal. That's what I did too. I posted something normal, and then I posted about Palestine, and then I watched both of them, and you can kind of see the one normal shit was like,
Yeah.
they let everybody see it. And the Palestinian one, it was like maybe 20 views or something.
The crazy thing is like the algorithm catches the Palestinian flag often. That's the crazy part. That's why they're putting the watermelon.
Because a lot of people were not saying the word, they were putting up the flag.
Yeah.
So then they're like, okay, so now we have to kind of adjust the algorithm to it. So where now people are not even saying like Gaza, they're actually like putting like a G, an @ sign, a Z, and then like something else. And it's like, well, maybe the algorithm's not going to catch that. And it's just like, it won't today, but there's
Tomorrow,
a chance it probably will in a week.
Even the watermelon one.
Yeah. It's catching. Yeah. They're catching
They're
on
really
to
starting
that.
to catch on to the watermelon sign, which is it's really crazy. Things like, bro, what the hell's going on, bro?
Nothing that hasn't happened already.
Like, what? I know, but it's like, come on, we're supposed to be. You're supposed to be able. I see so much like crazy racist shit online, especially on Instagram. I be seeing some posts. Maybe I follow the wrong things too. But I be following some shit that be like, this shouldn't be online, and it goes smoothly. It's mad people watching it. They don't give a fuck. But when it's something that really matters, that people really need to see, like even that, like, I get the dead bodies and people want to stop us from seeing it, but like people need to see the kids dying. They need to see all the. We kind of need to see it because there's a lot of toxic people like, oh, that still don't understand or still like get on the fence. Like, oh, I don't know if this is right. Maybe Israel does need to have to protect themselves. It's like, I don't think so, bro. Like, I don't think they need to protect themselves from these little kids that you keep seeing dying, you know?
Yeah. They do. They have to protect themselves from the memory of those kids, so they don't want the memory of those kids to get out.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Because the memory of those kids is way more powerful than the kids alive. Unfortunately, it's like, I'm old enough to remember when Tupac was still alive.
Yeah.
Tupac was, big deal when he was alive, right? He was an actor, rapper, did all these things, and everybody knew who Tupac was. And then he went through his angry phase in life, and then he was dead. Yeah. And then now, I see Tupac's face around more now than when he was alive.
Yeah, everybody loved Tupac.
Yeah.
Everybody loved Tupac now.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of people who did not like him when he was alive.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow, that's amazing how someone's memory can be more powerful than they were in life.
Yeah, true. That's very true. Yeah, because I mean, it's like that for a lot of the rap game. Even
a lot of
Nipsey, a lot of people that never really listened to Nipsey until he passed away. And then they're like super big Nipsey fans, and they're all about Nipsey and stuff like that. And everybody was on him. But as an LA person that listened to Nipsey and saw Nipsey in the city when he was growing up or coming up with his music, like, yeah, we rocked with him. Everybody was like, his music is popping, and we were definitely sad about it. But you definitely see that comparison with Nipsey too.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, fucking shadow ban a nigga. It's cool. You know what? We gonna break the algorithm somehow. I'm just letting you know now. Like, we gonna figure this out.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you gonna stop. Like, we gonna keep it posted. I was like a little bit, I can hold you a little bit like, damn, we try to get this thing rolling, so I don't need to.
Like Revolution Radio.
You know, I ain't trying to be on in the closet from the man
jump.
Already, you know?
From the jump, he's gonna be put on.
Yeah. Let me rock, man. Let us cook up a little bit, please. God lead.
No, I gotta keep pushing the content out, man. People gotta see it one way or another.
But yeah, let's go back into our brother Nathan, man. Nathan was I'd say he was a key role in our lives when we were youngsters. We were in we talked about it. We were in the Islamic Center. We grew up at the Islamic Center. We went to the youth group there. We low-key just lived at the Islamic Center. I can say so much. We worked there. We went to the youth group there. We prayed there. We went to every damn event. We lived there.
Sometimes y'all slept there.
Oh, we definitely slept there. 100%.
We did.
The musalla is like the best place to sleep.
Oh yeah,
man,
super comfortable, bro.
Yeah,
you don't even need a blanket. You can just lay on there, and it's like you feel all the prayers under you.
Oh, yeah.
You feel that softness.
Better than any blanket you got.
True.
Oh my God, mashallah. I ain't gonna hold you. Even the day I was working at the mosque, they changed the carpets one day. When they took out the carpets out of the musalla, the carpets looked dingy, looked dusty. And I was like, damn, them carpets never looked like that to me. Why do they look so dingy now, you know? And it was just like they just took it away from that area where everybody just prays, so they lost that energy, bro, on everything. But my guy Nathan, man, he was there. He used to volunteer at the Islamic Center, and he used to work with us at the youth group, and he was our what was it, a coordinator? Islamic Center, or
I was a volunteer for like a year and a half, and then I was kind of an advisor for another 2, and then I was the actual coordinator for 2.
Oh, okay. Got it. A long time.
Yeah,
had time there.
Nathan held us down for a cool minute.
Yeah, man, I watched all y'all grow up
on everything, bro. It's funny to think about it now like that when I see Nathan. By the way, this guy has not aged at all. You
looks the same
on everything.
I'm moisturized.
You could tell.
Black don't crack, bro.
Moisturized.
Tea-proof right here. Black don't crack.
Oh, yeah.
No, but Nathan was there, and I just give a little breakdown of the situation at the Islamic Center and like the youth group. Like, there was never a problem. It was nothing bad. It was just we were kids from a certain part of the city that hung out with kids from outside of our city, where let's just say, I ain't gonna judge nobody, but they, saying they had a backyard. They probably had a trampoline around them in their house or something. Damn what I mean with it. I tell you, somebody had a trampoline, They lived in the area where they could jump up and down when they come home and ride their bikes to school and shit. But we lived in the hood. And at the Islamic Center, it wasn't okay, we're around Muslim people, we're around people that have different cultures like us. So there's a connection to the place there, but it's a thing about like being like from a certain place or just knowing about a certain place. Like a lot of the shit that we were being taught and told was like stuff from back home, from where our families were from or stuff. And we couldn't really talk to them about what the hell's going on here as an American kid, because they don't understand shit about being an American kid, and be not just American, but like being a part of, like, again,
because even them, they were adjusting.
Yeah, 100%. They were trying to figure shit out too, and they had a stronger tie to back home because they had all the memories. They actually grew up there. So for us, we definitely had a little tie to it, but we don't really know that. We're learning now here. And Nathan was a dude there that I can say personally for myself was, like, you can honestly talk to him and get some real advice from him, but not just that. Like, you can be yourself to him, and he won't like make you look crazy or make you look down, or like look down on you, make you look stupid. Like, a lot of the kids, a lot of the coordinators, I'm not saying they were bad, but there were times where, like, they didn't understand. Like, okay, we were a little ratchet, we came to South Central. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I was a little ratchet. So there's little times where it was like probably a little hard to get through. You know,
y'all was fine. I was able to connect with kids who grew up from way more privileged backgrounds than I did, because it's like, it's all subjective, man. All y'all was kids.
Yeah.
All y'all was kids. It was all the same. Just where y'all zip code was slightly different, but all the stuff y'all was going through, whether you all want to believe it or not, because everybody would tell me all these stories. It's like, it's all the same shit.
Yeah,
it is. It's just slight variations. It's like, all right, cool. So y'all talk to me about it. I talk to y'all about stuff I probably should not have.
God bless you. God bless you, Nathan. Honestly, I'm pretty sure everybody would say that we appreciate the hell out of you for being there for us. Like, and even till now, like, you can see, like,
no, it's good to see you.
It feels like it was like yesterday. Like,
you definitely made NYG and the whole, like, mosque experience memorable.
No,
I could say that.
I definitely appreciate it, because I can say the same. Y'all did for me as well. So
we love you, bro, and it's
all love.
It's a pleasure. I'm really happy that you came through, and we're sitting down with you, bro. This is really dope. I really appreciate you, my nigga. I just want to say that first and foremost, bro. But yeah, my nigga Nathan, man, he was bro. Like, this is our guy, bro. So he's here today. We're gonna chop it up a little bit. We're gonna get too into his personal life and all this stuff. I don't want to do a whole interview on you, unless you want me to, bro.
Dog, I got it.
Did you pay your taxes this year?
Bro, I always pay my taxes. I saw what they did to Wesley Snipes and Lauryn Hill, and this is not a brother that can go to jail.
Like I said, the brother always is teaching you something. Man. He's giving you facts, bro. Wesley, I'm sorry, but that's why he was in China for all the years.
Yeah,
he couldn't evade that shit. They were calling it from China. Like, you better come over here.
I better see him in the new Blade movie, though.
Shout out to low-key Blade was lit, though. Shout out to Wesley.
Yeah.
No, but you know, the last time we talked on the last episode, we were talking about Palestine. We talked about we tried to joke around a little bit. You know, we talked about DJ Khaled, about him being being a coward and not stepping up and actually talking and saying something when he has a platform. But
is he though?
In my head, he is. Yeah, I believe he is.
Unpack that for me, because I heard this discussion, and it's like, okay, I want to hear people's opinion on this.
Man, I think especially like to be honest, from my point of view, I talked about last time. I was like, I don't really listen to Khaled's music because his music is the greatest. You know, some songs are really cool because he has Drake or
you got features
that I really like. But majority of the time is like, I'll support bro because he's Palestinian, because he's Muslim. Yeah, that's kind of that MO. Whenever I think of certain artists, or especially somebody that knows, like, okay, he's in a scene where there ain't no that many Arabs or that many. There's a lot of Muslim brothers for sure, but it's like there's not that many Arabs or people from the other side like that, and that's why I try to extend my at least my love for him, like at least to show him some love. That it should be received back to your fans, because that's what you need right now. He's always asking the fans, calling on the fans, come check this out, come check this out. That's what we need, bruh. The people that support you are your people. You should at least use your platform. We ain't asking you to be like, hey, go to Israel and be like, hey, you gotta stop this. You can just post something, my G. You can just say like, yo, shout out to my people, something, bro. To Palestine, at least a little bit, bro.
But does he identify as Palestinian when there are no cameras on him?
Shit, I ain't never seen him with no cameras. I don't know.
I mean, think about it. Like, maybe for him, the idea of identifying as Palestinian is not going to be something that's going to benefit him in the immediate, right? It's like back in the day with Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And they used to always ask Michael Jordan about, like, you know, who buys your shoes, like white kids, black kids. And Michael Jordan was like, kids buy my shoes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to point. I don't want my marketing to be pointed at one kid or the other. I just want people. I want adults. I want kids to buy my shoes.
Facts.
And low key, it was just kind of like, yeah, makes sense. You ain't trying to fuck with this money. Because for some people, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
And to be honest, you gotta really think, are you okay with that?
But that's what we brought up too. Is like, right, Bush, when we were talking about like when you have the people, right? The whole thing about him is he's selling products straight to us through his Instagram already. He's already selling the music.
Yeah.
The music is coming to us directly from him. So what money are you gonna lose? Like you might
how much
gain
money?
more.
Dog, did the lessons of Kanye West not teach us anything?
Listen.
You can lose whatever money as quickly as you got it, and just as in a spectacular fashion.
Not
and
true.
sometimes not only will you lose that money, but they will purposefully, to coin a phrase, they will crucify you on purpose to make sure that no one else dissents. That's how a lot of this is done.
Now I feel that, but I mean, hey man, fuck it. Sometimes you gotta stand up, bro.
Dude, I am
In my head, you gotta stand
Yeah.
up, bro. If that's what if the worry is all that with the bread and stuff, like in the back of my head, I'm like, you still the people will ride for you. Like they could do whatever they want, but if the people ride for you, you're Gucci. Dave Chappelle,
Yeah, but everybody ain't Dave Chappelle or Muhammad Ali.
true, and Muhammad Ali too. But I
Yeah.
mean, but I'm saying if he has that, and I feel like he has that opportunity to really gain, especially now.
He would capitalize on it.
Yeah, we've seen what's happening. We see
Yeah.
how many people are really riding for Palestine online, and people actually looking out and paying attention to who's, bro. Come on, Macklemore.
But the crazy,
I
like we've
mean,
seen.
Look, I get all this. Like to me, there's a big difference, right? I've had people have come at me and be like, well, what are you doing for Palestine? Dog, at the age I am, half the people that come at me ask me what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I've been involved in more shit than they've been alive. Right? I don't have to publicize personally what I do for the struggle. Because the struggle that black folks face here and Palestinians face over there, it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same struggle. But at the same time, you got to make sure that you do not elevate people and put them on a pedestal that don't need to be.
Yeah.
Right? DJ Khaled, however he is, that dude is Palestinian when it works for him. That's cool. That's who he be. Everybody ain't Muhammad Ali. Everybody ain't Malcolm X. Like, is Macklemore down or is Macklemore about a ceasefire? Because it's a whole different thing when you talk about in the ceasefire versus in the occupation.
Look, yeah, Macklemore got much to lose.
Yeah.
He don't, but I'm saying like once all this is done and once all this is over, are you hollering at me about, ceasefire? Okay, I'm done. Or are you like, dog, you got to get in line with the rest of us and put on this work to end this occupation. Like that's what that shit is about. It ain't just about the ceasefire. Ceasefire is today.
Yeah.
Occupation is tomorrow.
No, facts.
Right? So it's like, to me, that's what I'm waiting to see. People talking about the ceasefire, that's cool, that's whatever. This is about a moment.
Yeah.
Right? We've all been a part of moments. Y'all still young, you're going to be part of a lot more.
Yeah.
It's about the long term.
No, 100%. It definitely is about the end of the occupation. We need that.
No, you
But I'm saying be careful putting people you want on a pedestal who ain't about that because they're here stepping in for the moment.
Yeah. Well, in my head, I just think like if that's why I was thinking about myself. Like, I would do it. I don't give a fuck. In my head, I think, especially DJ Khaled, where he comes from. He comes from hip hop, bro. Like from being bro, about the people, about not giving a fuck about the system. Fuck the system. You're supposed to do your own goddamn thing. I mean, that's definitely not hip hop right now, but. Come on, man. In my head, I think he should, bro.
Dude, that's hip hop is versatile. Hip hop is a lot of things. Do y'all remember that group from back in the day? They was called DAM. DAM. There was a hip hop group from Palestine. This used to be like a long time ago, back when I used to like still see y'all often.
Yeah.
Right? So go back and look them up.
No, definitely. I think I remember.
Somebody did a documentary about them back in the day, and one of the dudes in the group said the most profound thing I have never forgotten about. And they said, what is your connection to hip hop music? And he was like, hip hop music is and always will be in its essence the language of the forgotten when there's not rioting.
Yeah.
Because we are the black people of the Middle East. And it was like, that is a fact.
Yeah.
And that is why people use hip hop as a vessel for their message. Look, whatever is in the mainstream, that's going to be there. But, hip hop is always still hip hop at the heart. It's just always still about hustle and struggle.
100%.
Yeah. Even the whole thing with Lupe Fiasco, I don't know what year it was, like many years ago, he talked about Palestine. And he had a show and he waved the Palestinian flag and all that. And after that, his career went down. They literally saw what he did. It's like, nah, we can't mess with Lupe no more.
Yeah, but again, no disrespect to Lupe, but Lupe he started dressing like a samurai and carrying samurai swords. So maybe I don't know.
So
That was after everything that happened.
Okay.
so what?
Yeah.
Probably went to Japan. Or
I
something.
get that shit.
Yeah.
I get that shit, dog. Don't get me started. I'm an anime fan from being a kid. Ninja Scroll, Samurai Champloo, shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm down with all of that. If I could pull it off, I would wear all that shit. In
I'd be
public.
worried if I saw you with fucking kimono or whatever.
Dog, you may catch me at downtown at the convention center.
Nathan, you okay? You go to duel somebody? What's going on? My nigga, you go to a dojo? You gonna avenge your family? What's happening?
Yeah,
Relax.
man, you gotta be yourself, dog.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I'm again going back to Khaled and him, the whole thing with the Palestine. Like it could be on. He could be. He like you said. He could be giving back somehow. He could be like donating money. He could be doing things his own way. But the people are always gonna. I feel like everybody's gonna think that. Like especially in this moment, everybody's gonna ask for. We need something, especially when we feel like there's like, no matter what we do, there's nothing listed, nothing happening. Whoever's speaking, whoever's pushing, it's like, like not that the other side is winning, but low key, they're they're doing whatever the fuck they want, and it's destroying us a little bit. It's like, damn, we need as much help as we can get. Not saying that I don't know what the fuck DJ Khaled is gonna help us with if he just posts, but
A voice.
yeah, I mean
That's all people want is a voice.
Yeah, just a little bit like, hey, bro, just. Post a flag, something, my G. Damn, man. That's all.
But like, to be honest, DJ Khaled is a walking Palestinian flag. Does he need to post a flag? His family is from Palestine.
Yeah.
Does he need to? Like, what support does he need to show?
That he's from Palestine.
I mean,
I'm Palestinian.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
but you want him to do it in this moment.
just because again, it's a time where like we're seeing
Yeah.
like there should be a little bit, bro. He should speak on it.
Yeah.
Especially again, he's asking us to buy shit from him. He's asking us to do this and support him for this and that. But it's like, bro,
Then don't buy his shit.
No, we're not going to,
gonna,
obviously, because he ain't helping us out right now. He ain't putting in his little. That's what I think about. You know, again with his music, I do you check for a DJ Khaled album? I don't.
No.
I'm not sure. I don't. Do you check for DJ Khaled album? I know for sure there's a couple tracks that Drake's gonna be on that I might listen to because I hear him. Maybe a Justin Bieber song, but I'm never gonna go to
Biebs.
Oh God! But again, I would support bruh because I already know bruh's Palestinian, bruh's.
No, the thing, like, there's many people. I agree with you. There are many people that know that he's Palestinian, but there are many people that don't know he's Palestinian.
Yeah.
And that should know what his background is, even if he shows a little flag or something. People are, he stands up for something. Hopefully, if they
I
see
mean,
it.
everybody's way of putting themselves out front is different, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's funny that like you got an entire government that does battle with supermodels.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You got the IDF fighting, what is it, Gigi Hadid
Yeah.
or Bella? I can't know which one of them two. Literally beefing with her, and it's kind of like, bro, her family is from there.
Yeah.
You are picking who's the bigger person here. You are a government apparatus picking a fight with a supermodel.
Yeah.
In America, you look dumb for just responding, right? And she has no problem telling people she's Palestinian.
Yeah.
Because to her, she, stack chips. If I lose this money, the money's still going to make itself later.
Yeah.
Cool. You planned ahead.
And she definitely has strong ties because her family were there in 1948.
Dude, have you ever heard the story of her dad? Like, listen to her dad's story?
Yeah.
Dude, I heard her dad's story for the first time, and it was just kind of like, more people need to hear this, not because it was history, but because that happened to you when you was a kid. That shit still happening today.
Today, yeah.
And it's like this ain't ending. It's it's there's more than one thing going on. It ain't just about Gaza.
No, 100%.
True,
There's
yeah.
a lot going on. I try to do today, like I said, I wanted to talk about Congo and Sudan.
We can talk about whatever.
And I know I'm saying I try to look up like things. I didn't really know much about it. You see the posts, you see videos of different things. So I'm trying to like listen to different videos and trying to see different perspective of who's talking about it. I went to Al Jazeera, CNN. I'm listening to all the different things.
Nobody's talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple videos, but they're from like a year ago, 2 years ago. They're like this shit's been happening. It was like one was like 8 years ago, Congo conflict. This rebel group attacks this city. It's like, damn, from back in the day, like literally, what it's been like 20 years, honestly.
So, say that you looked this up about Congo. Is it Congo or is it DRC?
I'm not even sure.
Okay. So
Is it Congo or DRC? I know yeah.
Those are two different places.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, DRC, is that...
Dominican Republic.
In my head, I don't know why. I just heard, Dale, I'm like, Dominican Republic, Chicago, come on. Nah.
Like, is what is going on there now, is that any different with rebel groups that are, you know, basically trying to, overthrow the government?
Yeah.
How is that anything that's different that went on in Mali, Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, all these countries in the Sahel? So what you're telling me is what's going on now in Congo, DRC, wherever, is that they're the next group that's having their coup.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's been how many coups in the past,
A lot.
3 years?
Yeah, it's multiple. Too many.
No, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, when I watched the videos, like it got kind of confusing because it's like they're talking about like 100 different militia groups. Because Congo is big as hell. If you don't know where Congo is, you go look at the continent of Africa. You see it's right in the center, really big. It touches countries on both sides. There's a Kenya that's involved. There's Rwanda that's involved. There's Uganda that's involved. There's like all the different little countries that's around it, trying to, I guess, calm that down because of how rich that country is. If you don't know, they got a lot of resources.
Dude, there's only a handful of them in the entire continent that don't.
Oh man, definitely.
At this point, there's only a handful of them that don't, and that handful just haven't dug deep enough yet.
Exactly. Yeah, and there's still, you never know. You might find some shit out of nowhere. You never know. So something might just pop up. But that's the thing I saw. It was that the militia groups are going from city to city. At least this one militia group is like they called it I don't know who made the name up. To me, I was like, it definitely could have been their name, M23. I know damn well niggas in Congo and they'll just be like, we're going to call myself M23. They're not doing that. They coming up.
What is that, somebody's like initials and their grandmama's age?
Like, Muhammad. Yeah, how many know that? That's how many Muhammads they have. They have 23 Muhammads. We have the 23 Muhammads.
We found the name.
Let's go. Come on, let's pull up. What Mahmoud? It's still an M.
Oh man, that's
I'm not even sure if they're Muslim. Let me not do that to them. But technically, just like you said, it's a coup. Mm-hmm. They're trying to overthrow the Congolese government, and it's an actual one of the rebel groups is really big. They have a really high number of soldiers, and they're going back and forth saying that the Congolese government is the one that's killing the civilians. They're killing the civilians, and they're claiming genocide. The M23, that group, they're saying that the Congolese government is killing them because I believe they're from the tribe, the Hotel Rwanda. The
Tutsis?
The Tutsis. They're Tutsis. Yeah. And they're saying that they're being murdered in Congo by the Congolese, and they're tired of it. That's why they're rebelling back against the Congolese government.
Okay.
Yeah. But then there's like a weird thing that happens where it's like they bring in Rwanda. People were talking about that the Rwanda is funding the militias because the militias is helping them go to the certain areas where they're, what's that resource for the batteries? The cobalt.
Yep.
And they're going to certain places where there's cobalt, and they're taking over those areas. And Rwanda, they said a really funny thing about Rwanda. They said Rwanda, one of the main exports of Rwanda right now is cobalt. And they said that there's no cobalt in Rwanda. And they're like, how the fuck are they getting all this damn cobalt?
And you know when you sit and think about it.
And then I saw them talking to certain Congolese people, and the Congolese people were saying that the M24 militia group was like going crazy, murdering people, burning people alive, like really just destroying villages, just chasing people out of their homes and having them run. There's like so many refugees, and they're saying that the Congolese people believe, the actual citizens believe that is coming from Rwanda, and Rwanda is denying it. Rwanda is denying that they have any involvement into that whole situation.
Of course they are. So here's a question, and I could be wrong. What Western country, which outside country, outside of the continent, backs Rwanda? Who gives Rwanda the most money?
America?
No, I'm asking you.
I don't even know. I didn't even look into that deep, honestly, because I thought about it like in the region as far as from what
France?
I know. Because China is going crazy in Africa right now, so China could be a part of the situation. China is really going crazy.
It doesn't surprise me, right? That the whole continent right now is a race to either get rid of something or get something.
Yeah.
And the thing everyone is trying to do is everybody's trying to bring in this Chinese money.
No, they're definitely bringing them in.
Right. They're trying to bring in this Chinese money. And the thing everybody's trying to get rid of is the French.
Oh yeah.
Which the majority of all the coups in the Sahel that have happened in the past couple of years, they've all been former French colonies. It's like, what do they have in common? Majority of them are Muslim countries, and pretty much all of them are French colonies. And it's like, wonder why that is, right? Every French colony had to pay reparations to France.
Yeah.
Actually, some of them still paying it. And most of them is African countries.
Yeah,
so
keeping us in debt.
So they kick, of course. So they kicked the French out.
Yeah.
So now the question is whenever a militia pops up, a coup happens, the first thing you should not ask is, who are these groups? Who are these people? First question it is what is at stake and who wants that the most?
Yeah.
And then it doesn't take that long to kind of just sit back and kind of just do a little bit of research and figure it out. Like, okay. All right.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Right? Like, if the entire continent wanted to, it could shut down every border and not do trade with anybody else in the world and keep all the money that comes in that they sell from their resources. They'd be richer than the entire continent of Asia.
Cool. What was it? They had a accumulation of like how much they were estimated at, something trillions of dollars. So like,
Of what, the materials?
Just cobalt or just minerals or something.
I mean, if you talk about cobalt, it's in the trillions.
Yeah, it was like
they got way more than just
other
cobalt.
stuff. Yeah.
I mean, the Europeans are still sucking diamonds out.
Yeah.
Right?
No, definitely.
They're still sucking diamonds out. And to be honest, them diamonds ain't worth crap.
At all.
It's just shiny rocks. But if you convince somebody that it's worth $100,000, that's
They'll
capitalism.
pay it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Come on, man. Even till now that they're making fucking lab diamonds, like they're just making that shit in the lab. We're so fixated from this shit coming from the ground, but people are.
We're just so fixated on the thing.
Yeah, true.
We are. We're fixated on the thing. We're fixated on, and you got to be very careful about the things that you're fixated on because they can throw you for a loop and they can change your focus of what's really important. And that's, one of those things. Oh, who wants these diamonds?
Yeah.
Nobody. Your wife will like them. Oh, we want them. I gotta have them. I gotta have them. Ooh, it'd be better if you put like 80 of them in this ring that'll be so big it'll rip her clothes when she puts it on, so she can never wear it. Oh, that's what my wife wants. That's what she wants. What they're like,
Thanks a lot, Caucasoid.
You already know that season's here.
Wasn't it De Beers that came up with the phrase? They're the ones that came up with the phrase, I think, in the 50s. What a better way to spend 2 months' salary. Nobody can. That phrase didn't exist. The concept of how much you spend on the diamond didn't exist. They made it up, and everyone was like,
I was just about to say, like, who the fuck was like, yeah, what a better way to spend 2 months' salary? Really, nigga? 2 months' salary? Hell no, I ain't spending 2 months' salary.
But we've all been pimped ever since.
No, definitely.
Right?
I love thank you, babe. I love you. My wife she's amazing.
And you're about to see those commercials right now. It's holiday
She
season.
go crazy on me for
You
it.
see all those diamond commercials.
I mean, look, like you take a marketing class.
Yeah.
You take any type of marketing class and you bring this up, they'll be like, that was like one of the best marketing manipulations probably in the history of the world.
Oh yeah,
Swear to
leave
God.
that.
Had to be a white dude for sure. I don't know if a brother.
De Beers, man.
I don't know if a brother got a 2 month salary. Was like, what a better way to go buy this ring for my wife.
And that was in the 50s they came up with that.
Wow.
Adjusted for inflation, like these rings was that cheap.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate part was that people was dying and getting buried with them rings. No. You need to pass that ring on down the generations. They don't just stick that in the dirt. Somebody needs to be having that.
No, facts. No, but yeah, the whole thing with the coup, it's it's like you said, it's so much that they put on the African militias and the African government, but they're not talking about the real situation. They low-key trying to throw the blame on Rwanda. They're trying to say it was Rwanda's fault, and now like I guess there's the East African Union that they're asking the different countries, like that's why Kenya's involved. Kenya comes in to calm it down.
That's the AU.
Oh, okay.
The AU, because they reformed. They used to have the OAU, which was all of the countries, and then they disbanded the OAU, I think, in 2003, 2005. Then they replaced it with the African Union, which is still kind of the same thing, but they had a little bit different governing body and the rules of like how it was governed.
Yeah.
And this was also, they kind of had to restructure everything after apartheid. Because it was kind of like, all right, well, I mean, white folks ain't here no more.
Yeah.
They kind of here, but, they ain't. So we kind of got to figure out how we going to run this shit. So, yeah, I mean.
Me and Bush was talking about it because we're talking about even like how America is giving away money to Ukraine and Israel. And we're like, yeah, they should throw some money to Africa. But I'm like, I already knew like African governments.
That money's not going to go.
God bless their hearts. But them dudes over there, they're coming up, man. They
What are
worried
you
about
talking
nothing.
about? They do?
Oh, I'm pretty sure they give some bread, but them brothers ain't going to the country. It's going to that brother's bank account.
I mean, it never does. It never has.
Yeah.
I mean, you sitting here talking about, Israel and all this other stuff. Everybody knows. All of us know to memory how much money they get per year.
Yeah.
Few people know that we give that same amount of money to Egypt.
Oh, word?
All of that was done in tandem.
Oh, Egypt. What's going on with you? I didn't know what's going on. That was going on in Egypt.
Yeah. How does Egypt have this gigantic ass military? It's kind of like y'all don't produce shit besides pyramids. And y'all stopped producing them like 3,000 years ago.
The Egyptians gonna be on the comments. Nathan, shut the fuck up. Shut your ass up.
I'm just saying, their biggest economy is tourism.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, like for real, like
It is tourism, yeah.
Everybody going to Egypt, unless you know people or something specific you want to see, besides pyramids.
Yeah.
That's tourism. That's their biggest thing.
And they have a lot. It's not like they have just one, two little pyramids. They have like a lot of like ancient Egyptian, like everywhere, all up and down.
But the sheer number of pyramids are still dwarfed by the amount that's in Sudan, though. We can't give a shout out to the Sudanese brothers on that.
No,
one.
definitely shout out to Sudan, but Sudan's a little harder to go to. Sudan got the conflicts going on.
They got a lot of documentaries about all the pyramids that are in Sudan, and they're just kind of like, some of these are in places that most people wouldn't go, and these little small towns are like completely open to tourists, but it's the perception of that part of Sudan that people don't want to go to. And it's just like, well,
what fucked it up?
Reality. Yeah,
What fucked it up? Darfur.
Oh yeah.
When Darfur came out, when everybody was like seeing the things happening in Darfur, American people already.
That's the only thing most of them can remember now.
Exactly. So the thing about Sudan is like Darfur. That's all they know.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. When I went back to Kenya, I kind of seen what was happening in the country. I seen like the African, the way that even like the politics shit, right? When you hear about I'm not sure if this happens in India or Pakistan, but when it's like elections in Kenya, my family is like, oh, don't come to Kenya during the election.
Oh, the same thing.
Yeah. They're like, oh, there's niggas outside with machetes trying to fight each other. They go crazy, and it's like, what the hell? How is that happening, bro? Like, what's going on? Even when I went there, the thing that killed me was the amount of poverty that I saw that I ain't never seen in my fucking life. Like real ass, like poor people. Mm-hmm. And it's like not just like a little area. It's like the damn near the whole, like everywhere you go, it's like you see so many poor people. I mean, not saying that they're not living the best life, but it's like the country, something should be happening, bro. Yeah. Like people should be focused on this, like they should be focused on. They have like when I was there, the Chinese government is building a freeway in Nairobi, I believe. I think they probably already done by this time. Mm-hmm. And they had hella Chinese workers there.
Dude, they build infrastructure all over the continent.
Oh no, definitely.
And they're
all
quick.
over.
And they're super quick with it.
Because it's already done. It's already done, I believe.
Yeah. So then now the second question is, how long is that shit gonna last?
Oh man.
Because we in America know all too well about certain things that are made in China.
Yeah.
Or I mean, this is not made in China, but
made from China.
Yeah, dude. But I mean, they literally are rebuilding. They are building up. I shouldn't say rebuilding. They're building up the entire infrastructure of the continent.
No, definitely. I've seen it.
But then they still putting people in debt trap.
Yeah. But my thing was like, damn, there's so many people they're not working. Like, there's so many people that need money, and you bring in all these you bring this thing where the Chinese gonna come and build this shit, but it's like, where's y'all? Y'all supposed to be building this and helping that money go back to the people, getting people jobs, and at least doing something for the people there. Like that's why the people there are still struggling. There's not much for them to do. They can't make money,
Yeah, that goes into, I don't know. Like I'm a nerd of a lot of things, and I'm a nerd of like economics. I don't know, because it's just absolutely fascinating to me, to where it's like there are certain countries where people get money, government makes money, the government accepts money, and the first thing they do is they think, we got to make sure all these niggas is healthy, because if they sick, their last dying breath, they're gonna come try to get us. We need to make sure that all of these people can be educated, because if they're not, they're going to be dumb and they're going to try to come all get us, right? Yeah. There's a lot of countries that think this way, right? That's why a lot of people, especially in like DC, they always talk about Scandinavian countries. Scandinavian countries make all their money off oil. The first thing they do is they say, everybody gets free, insert here, right? But don't take it for granted, because this could be lost at any time. Right. Yeah. So then you go and you look at like life expectancy. A lot of those Scandinavian countries, them people live in the dead ass of winter, ain't got no sun, but they the happiest motherfuckers on earth.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, because I don't have to worry about somebody watching my kids. I'm a father. One of the hardest things that people don't tell you about is childcare.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you got a whole government that is completely set and does it right and says, we will give you free childcare, free education, because we need you to be as smart and as relaxed as possible so that you pay your taxes. Right? Then you got a country like ours. Right? So our country is one of the richest in history.
Yeah.
As a country.
Yeah.
Right? You go outside, homeless people.
Crazy.
Worst
Right?
living
So
conditions.
then the question then becomes, we need to be able to put people to work. You can only put people to work when you properly educate them and give them the tools that they need.
Yeah.
If you don't want to give them the tools, that means that somebody has something to gain from the fact that these people don't have the tools of what they need.
Yeah.
Sometimes that shit is set up. And in a lot of places, it is set up. And a lot of places in the continent, God bless all of them. You know, I am one of their descendants. They got shit set up so that only a couple people at the top make their money.
Yeah.
And they get their cut. And then everybody else is scrapping for what's left over. And then that's why you have a year after decade of coups and another coups and re-coups, because it's like, y'all got to use what y'all have best. And that's what you build your country off of.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, most powerful economy on the entire continent, South Africa. South Africa got their problems.
Yeah.
They got different problems, but there's certain problems they got in South Africa they don't have in Kenya.
100%.
True.
That's something. You see about the stuff about Sudan though, Bush?
No, I haven't heard. I haven't looked into it.
Sudan is another coup situation, and again,
But that's a coup. That's another coup. That's a re-coup.
Yeah, but
they're on stage 4 of the coup.
But let me tell you how cold the dude that, you know, it's funny. I was thinking the guy's name is something Bashir.
Yeah,
right?
oh, yeah, I
and
saw
then,
that.
and the other dude is something Jafar, one of the guys that's a part of the militia. So I was like, damn, we're gonna talk about Sudan and we got Bashir and Jafar. We were talking about our damn selves. We part of the coup. Bashir got lead. So anyways, I think he was the leader. We got Bashir guy.
Yeah.
And
But this is still part. This is still connected to the whole country being separated.
Well, I believe so, because he was trying to fight that the whole thing about South Sudan being separate. He was trying to. I guess the people were trying to ask for democracy. They were like fighting for it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how long bro was in power, but you know, African brothers, you know, once they get in power,
Then I'll
you
leave.
gotta
Stay.
kill them.
But still don't have the decency to call himself a king.
Oh,
Nigga,
man.
you a king. Just say it. You
I'm
a
not the king. I'm just a prime minister. I promise.
I'm a president. You can't be a president for 40 years, Mugabe.
Like, nigga, I've been the president for 16 years. I can do what I want. I do what I want.
Nah, that works.
But the dude in Sudan was cold because of the coup that he took in power. He took over from the main. There was like a government beforehand.
Yeah, from Omar Bashir.
Yeah, and then he had 2 dudes who had their own militias within Sudan. Mm-hmm. He kind of worked with them and was like, "Y'all work with me, bro. Like, I'll run the country. You guys handle this." And he gave them certain gold mines and certain oil reserves to look after, where they can get their money. You know, handle that. Mm-hmm. And then he said it was a coup proof. Because like the guys that were usually that he expected to take over, they were working for him and working with him, and he was giving them power, and he was calling them like my protector, like saying that they're his bodyguards. And then down the line, they started noticing that he was getting weak, so they actually did a coup against him, and they beat him, and then they took over.
Because that's how it always goes.
Yeah, no, but the funniest part too is those 2 dudes, they took over together, and then they tried to come to an agreement with both of their militias to run shit, and then they're like, nah, fuck that. They're beefing with each other because one wanted, I guess, like a 10-year gap of letting one run the country, and then the other one was like, nah, it's a 2-year gap. Like, you run the country for 2 years, and then I'll come and do my thing. And then the dude was like, nah, it's 10 years. And then they're like, you know what, fuck it, we're start fighting. And then that's what the conflict is now too, is them 2 fighting. After they removed the Bashir dude, they started fighting each other.
There's something in Sudan. There's something in Sudan that has to be learned before all this can end.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part. It's like, apparently there's something that happened to y'all that y'all ain't let go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to laugh at it too. Like, I really, it's really messed up because it's sad as shit. Because with all that stuff that's happening, the same thing in Congo, all that big body, all the stuff that's happening with these big powers, it's little people that are suffering. It's like so many refugees trying to get to the nearest country, and then even the Congolese government was like, I guess, going back and fighting for the villages that were taken over and trying to tell people come back, and people are like, hell no, I ain't coming back. Like they saw the terror that just happened to them, they want them to fucking come back. Like, what? It's always the little person, like the little guy that's getting killed. And the situation with Palestine, how big that is, with all these other little conflicts, or this. No, I'm over here messing up already, calling them little conflicts. I'm sorry, people.
A conflict is a conflict.
Nah, conflict's a conflict, but it's hard to like. You don't see as much of people paying attention to, and there's just been going on for a while too.
Dude, people do not pay attention to the continent.
Yeah,
like as a whole, like most Americans, like look, you know how most people in the world joke about how dumb Americans are. I used to find that insulting until I started traveling more, and people were like, wow, you actually know things. You actually know that we have like cities in this country that you're in. Well, yeah, of course you got cities. Like your country's like 2,000 years old. Oh my God, you know that. And it's like, damn, do y'all think Americans are dumb? And then you meet a lot of Americans, and it's just like,
and you realize why.
You don't know where anything,
you don't know anything
is on the map. But if you think about it, about 2,000 years ago, what was the empire? Rome.
Yeah.
If you ask the average Roman where China was, you think they'd be able to find it?
Nope.
You know why? Because Rome was the empire.
Capital. Yeah.
Rome was the empire.
Yeah.
Dog, we are in the empire.
Yeah, true.
So like, it didn't surprise me. Like, I used to tell people like, oh yeah, I used to live in Jordan. And they'd be like, Georgia? So where you live in Atlanta? Like, no, dog, Jordan. Michael? No, dude, it's a country. Did they take their name after the basketball player? And it's just like, are you serious? It's like, that's a legitimate. It's like, okay, you know what? That's just dumb. It's near Syria. Where's that? Is that near Iraq? Kind of. Where's Iraq? Shit. Really? And it's like when you're in the empire, everyone else learns your history.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I never thought of that, but that's true.
Look, growing up, that's kind of the thing I noticed here. Like a lot of the people you tell them about, especially myself, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm from Kenya." They'd be looking like, "Where the fuck is Kenya?" Like, you try to explain to them East Africa, like, the fuck Africa? Isn't Africa the country? You're like, what the hell, bro? Like, what are you talking about? Like, bro, I never heard of it. The number one question is, you live in a hut? Like, bro, really, my nigga? You think I live in a hut?
Yeah. Cause legit, like when you look at books and you're like, look, we're going to talk about the continent of Africa today in history class. You're like, oh, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm black. This works. Okay, so continent of Africa, here's the story. There used to be people there. Apparently we all originated there. And then everyone left. And then all of a sudden, slaves came. And then we just started taking them. Oh, and then here's a picture of some slaves. You've seen roots. Look, they all live in huts. They still live in huts. Yeah. You're like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and those history books have never been updated. Or they've been like the same for a while.
I'm still hot that one of the history books that I had back in the day had a picture of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Stuff for
why? Okay. Why? And I want you to be very clear. I understand what you're going to say, but I want to hear you say it. Why did that make you upset?
Because I was just like, yo, like, you don't know how bro looked? Like, how you drawing, bro? No one knows how bro looks. Like, they do a fat Indian dude. He looked like the dad from Aladdin. You know the Sultan.
Yeah.
That's exactly how he looked. I was like, what the hell is this, man? Like, you don't even know how he looked though. Like, why are you putting this in here? Like, it made no sense.
But to be honest, none of us know how Jesus, peace be upon him, looked.
I'm on that.
And this dude's picture is every place.
But I'm on that time with them too. I'm like, damn, you over here drawing. They draw this white dude floating and gloating. I was like, that definitely don't look like no Jesus.
Yeah, where I grew up, it was slightly different. Like we had Rasta Jesus, where he had the dreadlocks and no shirt. It's like, damn, Jesus work out, man. And a brother get the number of your trainer, man.
No disrespect to the Hispanic community, but I was around them, and their Jesus looked scary. He's always that white dude. You know what I'm talking about? The candle nigga that's always there, like, disappointed in you, looking at you like he's just like, damn, why are you doing this, Jafar? Like, leave me alone, Jesus.
It's the
white Jesus.
It's the look of disappointment
on everything. It kills me every time I look at it. Like, man, leave me alone, white Jesus, please. But I'm not with that either, though. So that's why in my head I'm like,
but you got to understand that comes from our tradition.
Yeah,
I mean, I remember first time when I was a kid and we talked about Islam and what grade was that? I think it was 7th grade. And we were talking about world religions and they pulled up a book and they were like, this is the Prophet Muhammad. And we had one dude in our class who, mind you, I'm from the Midwest. This dude from my class actually lives here in LA. He spoke up in class and very calmly said, we don't believe in depicting pictures of him.
Yeah.
Everyone in the class was like, I don't get that. Why?
Yeah.
And they're like, because A, we don't know how he looked, so we just don't make pictures of him.
Yeah.
B, we don't want to fall into idol worship, so we don't draw pictures of him.
Facts.
Yeah.
Right? Other people have a very difficult time with that concept because they need something physical to see.
No, trust me, we know.
And it's like, okay. But it's fascinating when I meet Muslims and they're just like, I was insulted. I was ashamed. Why? You live in a Christian country. They draw pictures of everybody.
Yeah.
Quote unquote Christian.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead, Bush. My bad.
No, speaking on the whole like history in LUSD, I don't know how it was throughout the country, but like the history, like Islamic history was taught so briefly.
Oh, it is everywhere.
Yeah, which is crazy. The history of Islam is
When did you get Islamic history?
Middle school.
Remember? Middle school, yeah. 7th grade?
7th, 8th grade around there.
Yeah, they did like for like one like quick little like
Yeah,
like,
less than a week.
And what did they say?
shit, nothing, honestly. They didn't even teach about Islam, to be honest. I don't remember
Ottoman
them,
Empire, briefly Ottoman Empire, then it's like, yeah.
like, the history of shit like that, yeah.
Yeah.
War shit. Like, well, like I don't like, honestly I didn't even remember it. I had to tell the homies like I'm Muslim, but like whatever she's talking about is bullshit. I told my homies that. I mean, whatever she's talking about with Islam, that ain't Islam, bro.
But to be honest, do you really want these people telling it?
I mean,
That's true, yeah.
Like,
I don't think so. I don't think
like,
they
do you
should,
really
to be
want
honest.
these people to tell? Because like, what is, you know, my wife and I talk about this often. Actually, I talk about it. She just listens, and God bless her soul for that. What is Islamic history? Because we love to talk about like, the expansion, you know, of the Muslim empire after the Prophet died, and or maybe when Akbar conquered India,
Yeah.
and then that's how Muslims got into India, and then it's just like then all the stories, and then the Ottomans,
Yeah.
and then the Persians, and I'm just kind of like, we ain't gonna talk about the continent, we ain't gonna talk about Africa, because I
Sure,
mean,
There's a lot
some of the
history
biggest
there,
things that happened in all of the Islamic empire happened in Africa. We ain't talking about that. So what is Islamic history?
Have you ever looked into Islamic history?
Briefly.
I ain't never looked. That's low key deep. I low key would love to check into
I'm
it, bro.
nerd for that shit.
No, I definitely would.
look
I would
into
definitely
it.
check into some.
There, I can guarantee you there ain't been a documentary that ain't been made in the past 10 years, and in some way, shape, or form, I ain't seen it because I love seeing everyone's perspective,
Yeah.
even if I don't agree with it, because it's like, that's something to chew on. Like, I've had a lot to chew on learning about Central African Malayan history.
Yeah.
Recently, I've had a lot to chew on. It's like, right? Everybody knows Mansa Musa,
Yeah.
but why does everybody know Mansa Musa?
'Cause he's rich.
Why? What? How rich was he?
Oh.
Feels like a bad punchline, doesn't it? How rich was he?
They never actually found out how much he had. But
Oh no, people have attempted to calculate it.
Yeah.
But they were like, he is the richest human being in the history of the world. And it's like, well, he was the king of an empire that basically sat on gold.
Yeah.
It sat on, like, literally, it lost so much of its value to them because there's so much of it, right?
Yeah.
Everyone knows the story of when he went to Egypt. Like, that should be Islamic history that we teach. He goes to Egypt, he gives so much gold, it threw off the price of gold for 500 years,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
right?
Yeah.
How did he become king? Oh.
I heard something about his brother. I heard
What happened to his brother?
his brother left.
Where did his brother go?
He said he went onto the Atlantic somewhere, on the Atlantic Ocean, going towards. It could be South America. It could be North America
So
or the Caribbean islands.
So there are people who believe that his boat probably landed, and this is, I am not a professor. This is just stuff I've read.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people who believe that his boat, his people landed in Yucatan
Oh, word.
because they found statues in the jungles of the Yucatan and they uncovered them and they was like, these is black folks.
Yeah.
These are not, these is not the indigenous people.
Yeah.
These are not them. This is legit black folks.
I remember his brother left and straight up wrote that he ain't coming back. Like he's
That's
like,
why his brother left. His
Yeah.
brother, no, it wasn't the fact he wasn't coming back. His brother just didn't, and they figured that he probably died either on the way or
that's what it was,
when
yeah.
they got there.
But didn't he write something? Didn't they write something? I'm thinking about somebody else. I think
Possibly.
I heard that they wrote something that was like something that was written back, or maybe I don't know.
I mean,
Because he took
possibly.
a lot of shit with him though. He took like a bunch of ships.
He took a bunch of ships, but think about this. His brother took. Okay, first off, pretty much the majority of the Malayan Empire at that time was landlocked.
Yeah.
So whose fucking ships was he taking? That's how much money he had.
Yeah.
And then he still had enough money that when he left, his brother was still the richest dude in the history of the world. Right?
Yeah.
So, and this was still, what, a few hundred years before Columbus was even born.
Yeah.
I think the Umayyads were still in Al-Andalus.
Yeah.
Right? Where's that history? We always talk about Mansa Musa. We don't talk about his brother. His brother's people landed in the what we call the Americas hundreds of years. Okay. 12th century. No. 12th century. Who was the first person to discover America from the West? Americas.
Was that Columbus?
Nope. Columbus was 1492. I'm talking about like 1199, 1200. He was a Chinese mariner who was a Hui, was Muslim.
I swear.
No, like legit. Like look this up. He was Muslim.
I gotta do a lot of research after this.
That's what I said. That's why we brought Nathan. You see, we brought Nathan. Brother Nathan got the facts. Go ahead. Nathan,
I just.
Now, go off, bro. Go off. Don't worry.
This is what I do when I can't sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I need to learn about economic trade in Burkina Faso right now.
Nah, hell yeah. I fuck with it. I love it. I love learning about history. But go ahead. Go on.
But like legit. Like the reason I'm saying all this is because all of it comes together because it's the idea of the narrative, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about who tells the narrative of the continent. Is it the descendants of it?
People that conquer it.
It's the people who conquer it.
Yeah.
And what do the people who conquer it want to tell you?
Their
right?
side.
It's literally no different than the people who quote unquote conquered the land of the flag on your shirt.
Yeah.
They wrote the story.
Yeah.
They wrote, they basically unpacked the obituary and was just like, well, we came and there was all these like savages and they had all this gold and they didn't know what to do with it. Yeah. It was wearing it as underwear. So we were like, oh, so why don't you just give it to us? We'll take it off your hands for us. Oh, really? And they were that nice enough to give it to you? They just gave it to us. Yeah, because they wasn't about stealing it from other people. Because they were like, dog, we live in abundance. We ain't got to steal from each other.
Yeah.
Then Europeans came. We're going to take it. Then we're going to take you. Then we're going to take this land. Then we're going to change that narrative. They needed our help.
Yeah.
They needed us.
Yeah, that's super deep because even I always thought about that. Like even now, like you know what? When I went to school, we talked about history and stuff like that. They focus so much on fucking Greek and Roman and like all this shit that's European, Greek, Zeus and Hercules, and I'm like, why the fuck am I learning about that? Zeus?
Not real.
Why do I care about this right now, bro? Like,
To be honest,
I need to learn about some shit that something from the past that's real, bro.
To be honest, you should care about it.
Well, but why though? In my head, I'm like, I've never ever had to use anything with Zeus or any of that. I don't even remember most of it, to be honest. I wasn't the great student.
And that's not true. You see it everywhere.
Because
right?
it's Disney Channel.
No, I mean, you look up in the sky. What are most of the planets named after?
Oh, yeah. The Greek gods.
Romans.
No, Roman.
Romans?
Greek and Roman gods.
Shit, Mars?
Venus, Neptune, Mars, all that. Jupiter, Zeus, same person, different pantheon.
Oh, see, I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, but why do we learn about that? Because you live in America. And that's the people who are the descendants of those people conquered this country.
No, that's exactly what I see. Yeah,
but when you think about it, would there have even been like Greeks? People think Greeks came up with the idea of democracy.
Yeah,
that could be argued, right? Maybe they did. They came up with a different version of it. How we practice it in America now is not the same how the Greeks came up with it. We have our own twist on it. Okay. Philosophers, writers, Plato, Socrates. And then over time, all the Europeans are just kind of like, meh, this stuff is stupid. Nobody cares about it. And then you got Arabs? The Arabs are just kind of like, this stuff is dope.
Yeah.
Not only do I want to read it, I want to translate it so that other people can read it. So then, all the Arabs, they translated it. All the Muslims and Muslim Empire and the Abbasid Caliphate, they translated all of that shit.
Yeah.
From Greek and Roman to Arabic. And then Europe was in the Dark Ages.
Yeah.
Right? Dark Ages. It was dumb.
Yeah.
Like legitimately backwards ass people.
Yeah.
At the same time, the subcontinent, Asian continent, African continent was flourishing.
Yeah.
Right? All kinds of learned scholars and all of this stuff that basically ended up shaping the rest of the world. This is when it was growing.
Yeah.
And then the Mongols came and the Mongols destroyed all of Baghdad. But guess what escaped? all of the books that the Arabs translated from the Europeans, and then one day it makes its way back, and then guess what the Europeans have? A Renaissance, because somebody else had to keep your shit while you were dumb.
Yeah.
We had to keep your homework until test time came. Right?
Yeah.
So why do you need to learn all of this? Because all of the history of all of these things are all interconnected with each other. Right?
I feel that.
Greece is important. Greece
I feel
is
that.
important because it's tied to Turkey. Turkey is important because later the Turks became the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah.
Half the shit that's, in the Muslim world right now, that's what's left over from the Ottoman Empire. Where the hell you think we got a crescent and a star from? Legit. Where do you think that came from?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
That came from the Turks who stole it from somebody else. That's not a Muslim symbol.
Yeah.
No, facts.
Right? So but that was also them trying to be better than the Europeans.
Yeah, I'm about to go crazy after this. Loki, I totally didn't even pay attention. Loki, when it came to a lot of the Greek and Roman stuff, I was so tapped out in my head. Over here dropping shit. In my head when I was in class, I was like, why the fuck am I learning this, bro?
I mean, for some people, man,
I do enjoy history. I do enjoy, but I always felt like I would want a connection to the history. I wanted to learn about the people that I come from, because especially leaving Kenya, leaving my family back there, and coming here, like my whole thing was like, damn, I want to know my culture. I want to know about who my people were before all the extra shit, especially being black. Because they're like, everything you hear is like, oh, all the fucking torture, all the slavery, the bad shit. You never hear about, like, were we up? Like, what the fuck were we doing good? Like,
we was doing good before the British and the Portuguese and the Dutch came.
But that's the thing. That's the thing I never really see or like really like. I haven't really gone out and.
That's because I also think a lot of people in the continent haven't really wanted to. Like, there's historians that have gone back and have documented all of that stuff, right? But it's about the population having a certain level of pride in who they are, and not letting it becoming zealots with it. Because I think, this is my own personal. I think that's kind of what's happening in India right now, is because now you have a government who's like, we are majority Hindu country, and everybody else who's here needs to go. Yeah. And it's like, but everyone else who's here has always been a part of the history of this civilization for the past. You basically say, like, you could argue India is over 10,000 years old.
Yeah.
Right? So you mean to tell me, like, oh, this group of people is Muslim, so they're not part of us. And it's just like, well, now we're just staunchly this, and our culture can only be this. All of this shit is your culture, right? You can't really say, like, you go back and you learn the history of Kenya, but can you really? Yeah. Don't you also kind of got to learn the history of Rwanda? You got to learn the history of Somalia, because who drew the border of Kenya?
No, facts. Well, you know what I think about? I think about like my tribe.
Okay,
that's where I'm more connected. And I've asked questions and talked to my mom, because my mom's still she. Even recently, that's where she goes back. She goes back to where her pops came from, and that's where our tribe is still located. We're Bajunis, where again it goes up to Somalia. It's the people of the coast. I believe we're the ones that started. My tribe was Kiswahili. We're the one that created Swahili. We were Kiswahili means in Arabic, the Sahel means the coast. Kiswahili was the people of the coast. No. So so there's like a tie into and the Portuguese had a little thing sprinkled into
but that's why Swahili is a mix of all these different languages.
Yeah, it's a lot of that's why I believe the history. I never took where the fuck do you go? Is it just books, or is it just, do you have is there like certain documentaries?
Where do you go for what? You talking about me specifically?
Yeah.
Like for what?
Just to go find this stuff. Like, is it mostly just in books, or is it?
I mean, look, everything has a jump off point. Everything has a jump off point. You just have to just know and be focused on which rabbit hole you want to go down.
Yeah.
Right. So you want to learn about your specific tribe, whether people like it or not. You could always start with Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Even though Wikipedia is BS 90% of the time, but I will tell you this: you read Wikipedia and you're like, I don't believe half of this.
Yeah.
But then it's like, ooh, so now let's take what I see here and let's sift out why this is wrong.
Yeah.
Because figuring out why something is wrong will then begin to teach you who's trying to hide something from you, if they are, or if someone's just entering things that are ill-informed. Yeah. You do that, and then one thing leads to another, that leads to another, that leads to another. And it's just like, okay, now I'm down a rabbit hole. Then you go 2-3 years later, you're like, oh, now I just realized there's a book about this. Oh, I just realized there's a documentary about this. Oh, I just realized and it just snowballs.
Yeah.
True.
Now I'm definitely gonna check it out then, because I'd love to learn. But yeah, we can go back into let's get back into the convo with the conflict in Africa.
You mean the conflict that's all the newest one?
Well, I'm just saying, like,
Current.
like, man, like, in my head, I'm like, I want to talk about how the fuck do we, especially now, it's like it feels like the world is burning, you know? Like, how the hell do you contain this this energy? How do we reach out a voice for everybody? You know, what can we do? I'm not sure if you guys what you guys been on, or like when you guys go online. Nathan, you be on the Instagram a lot?
Every so often, yeah.
But have you been on a lot? I've been trying to stay the fuck off Instagram, honestly.
Whenever I'm on, it's all about the issue in Palestine.
Yeah,
that's all I see.
Super deep. It's getting crazier.
I mean, I see that, but then that's also why, like, I have like 4 news stations that I kind of follow, but I only watch them on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I rotate through those kind of throughout the day when my son is kind of doing other stuff. So sometimes I don't want him to see what's on TV.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of rotating, and basically what I'm doing is I'm kind of cross-referencing everyone's information. Yeah. Because then once the story starts to deviate, it's like, okay, who's telling the truth here? So I do follow it, and I have been able to kind of get outside of the Palestine sphere. Yeah. Because then you start to Palestine sphere immediately, like what's going on in Gaza and the West Bank and in East Jerusalem. But then you all of a sudden, now you're beginning to see how everyone in the world is taking a position on it. Yeah. And it's just like, oh, now this is the new fascinating shit. And the thing I was watching last night was all the countries in Africa, how they literally split right down the middle. They split right down the middle about who's taking whose side on this. And then when you see who's taking whose side, it's kind of like, okay, a lot of this all makes sense because of ... Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of how I stay out of it, but it's kind of, I guess, still in the greater sphere.
Still connected, yeah.
I'm not sure what countries are staying out of it, but come on.
Staying out of it? Ain't nobody staying out of it.
I'm saying, like, the ones that are, like, supporting the other side, you know? Like, I know which ones are for sure. I know my country's for sure doing it. I believe there's an embassy in Kenya.
I think Rwanda is too, but I think the majority of the countries that are siding, with them are ones that have active trade deals. Which, to be honest, what did we say earlier in the show? Yeah. Don't fuck with the money. Yeah. Because this ain't money that's going to the people. This is money going to the president. Hey. You fuck with my money.
No, God. I hope he sees this. Well, we're coming for you, bro. Stop giving the money to fucking people, my nigga. Stop giving it to your damn self. How much nyama choma do you need to eat, my nigga? Huh? How many goats do you need to have, bro? Relax. Give some to the people, bro. I went to Kenya and I really got, again, the shit just devastated me. Like, the poverty just kills me there. And it's such a beautiful place and the people are so amazing. Everything's so amazing. You're like, damn, I want this. I don't want it to become America, but I just want it to be like a better place for the people there, bro. Like, people there deserve so much more. And all over the place, even in Congo, all those people, like, you see so many, like, the shit of refugees. You're seeing these people leaving where the little that they have, where they come from, to go to some place they don't even know what the hell's going on and trying to find a life. And they're trying to get into other African countries, and I don't know how that's working either. The whole politics of, because that's a little weird too. When I noticed in Kenya about letting people in, like how Tanzania treats the Kenyans and Uganda treats the Kenyan, like how they treat each other. It's like, my nigga, we're supposed to be united, bro. Like, it's Africa, but we're definitely not. And I even saw some shit that tripped me out about Kenya the other day. The president was talking about putting chips in people's head for identification chips. Wow.
Really? And which 2 countries are going to help fund that?
Oh yeah, but you know what's crazy? It's like, bruh, I hear my cousins and my people complaining all the time how hard it is to go get a regular ID in Kenya.
How you gonna put a chip in somebody's head?
Come on, man. They put you through the ringer to get a card. You telling me people
where there's a will, there's a way, my friend.
Come on, man. That's like, you're fucking up the money, bro. Where you're putting money into he's like, oh, we got to do more research. We need more money to make sure this works properly. We need test subjects. Like, bro, you really putting money into this? You know what you need to put money into? Yeah. The people are starving out there, brother. You need to make sure people are eating. I don't think people want a fucking chip in their head. They want chips in their stomach.
You need to make sure people is working
on everything.
Right, but Okay, so here's a question, so you can educate me. What is the main draw in Kenya?
When you say draw, like what do you mean by draw?
Like what is the thing? Like if I'm gonna say I would like to go back to the motherland, I'm gonna go to Kenya. I'm gonna go there because they are known for insert here.
The wildlife, the safaris. They have like when I went back, I did see a lot of tourists. A lot of them were in Nairobi. Nairobi is a major city. It is a bustling city. It is actually a place where there's like a lot of things happening. We can move around. It is kind of crazy. It is. They say they call it Nairobi. You get jacked there if you don't pay attention. Just shit ton of people. So many people out there. They have the beach in Mombasa. In Mombasa, the beach is all up the coast. You can go damn near close to Somalia. Don't go too close to Somalia because
you might not come back. You might go in and not come back out.
The Al-Shabaab is up there waiting for you. They're going to come and get you. You know what's even funnier? My mom was telling me to be careful when we were going. Because she's like, don't go too far up in certain places because, you know, the Al-Shabaab would be just hiding. You're like, what? Like, yeah, you're going to take a truck and out of nowhere, you're on the bus or the truck and then the Al-Shabaab will stop you. You're like, oh, hell no, I ain't trying to go. But that's really like if you go to like certain higher parts. But yeah, there's wildlife. There's the beach.
What's the other thing? Like, was it coffee or tea?
Oh yeah, they have the best coffee. I mean, that's the export. The biggest export is coffee and tea, I believe. That's what they give to the world. Yeah, the British people, even though I believe they're the most famous tea in the UK.
Oh, it's Kenyan.
But they don't say it's Kenyan. You know, they just
the leaf comes from it.
But they say it's the royal tea or some bullshit.
That's how they do it. They repackage.
But yeah, definitely the wildlife is the biggest pull. The safaris, the Masai Mara. We have Masai Mara where it's like one of the wonders of the world. Because it's that whole water pool.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's in Kenya.
Yes, we have Masai Mara, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
and you can see Mount Kilimanjaro is in Kenya as well. I mean, it's bordering other countries, but you can go to Mount Kilimanjaro from Kenya.
Okay, so your economy is based. So the economy of Kenya is based off tourism.
Definitely.
So then, you still got a bunch of people leaving the country.
Hell yeah, 100%. They're getting out there
because your economy is based off of tourism.
Yeah,
like legit. Like y'all don't. You know, not to run back to the whole thing with Egypt, y'all don't make anything.
Yeah.
Like countries that make things and have, you know, the ability to put their labor force to work.
Yeah.
They have people who leave for lots of other reasons, but they don't have mass ass migration. Most people don't want to work in a mine.
Yeah.
Right? What does your country produce? Cobalt. I don't want to work in a cobalt mine.
On God.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what else you gonna do?
Yeah. Well, you know what else is interesting too about that? About like you said, there's no jobs and people are leaving Kenya to go work, and they're doing that fucking slavery shit that the Middle East is doing.
Dude, slavery ain't ended.
Nah, definitely, I see it. I have a couple of my family members. I don't want to disrespect them and call them slaves and anything, but the way they be paying those people out there, literally, it's so many African people I've heard of that are going to Qatar, they're going to Abu Dhabi, or going to different parts, and they're working some contract where they work for 2 years, and they work for some hotel, or they work for some random company.
And you know why all
get screwed.
And you know why all these Africans are going there? Because they finally started finding ways to get rid of all of the South Asians that are there.
Damn.
I was like Filipinos, Bengalis.
Yup.
Indians.
Filipinos, South Asians, working in the UAE. Oh, nope, gotta go. But we need somebody else to build this road.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to build it.
Yeah.
Let's bring back the black people. That's just a cycle.
Yeah.
That's just a cycle. Like, for real.
Yeah, it's sad. I seen that shit affected my family close. I'm like, I feel bad. I'm like, damn, I wish there was a way for them to. That's what I wish. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, these are all just wishes and hopes and dreams, and like you never know what can happen. But like literally, when I went back home, I was just really devastated on how they don't take care of the people there. That's the one thing I didn't like. Everything else I loved, but I'm like, damn, there should be more love for the people here, man. There's too many people. There's way too many fucking people, by the way, Nathan. I'm not sure if you've been to a place like that. What countries have you been to? You know,
I mean, most of the countries I've been to is Europe and then Jordan, Japan.
Bush, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I went outside and I was like, there's too many fucking Africans outside at this one point. Why are all these niggas out here?
I've seen pictures. I've seen pictures of places like Cairo and Nairobi and Accra, and it's kind of like, God damn, there's too many people in this little tiny ass space.
So dense.
I ain't never walked somewhere where I'm shoulder to shoulder with somebody on the fucking sidewalk. Mad people. We all walking down the street together. We all in one group. We should just start chanting or something.
We all go to the same place.
On every and to add insult to little salt to the wound, they fucking have motorcycles in between us as well.
yeah.
It's like, what? Where the fuck are y'all?
You got work trucks too going through like small streets.
Like going crazy, way too many people. That's why I'm like, damn, all these fucking people, all you niggas is outside. Who's working? Why are niggas not working? Somebody, man, get these niggas some jobs. They're out here looking for it, man. They out here hustling. Everywhere I went in Kenya, is somebody trying to sell me something. Motherfuckers had shoes, tasers, socks, hats, waters. Like, damn, man, no matter where you go, it's like, brother, hey, brother, come here, come buy this scarf. Like, leave me the fuck alone, man.
Dude. So every country has to be good. This is what I learned living in Jordan. Every country got to be good at something.
Yeah,
good at something. Like literally no country in the continent is safe from that concept. I learned a lot when I was in Jordan helping all these kids get all this education like funding, right?
Yeah.
And I remember I was literally in the country and I was kind of like, wait, y'all ain't got no oil?
Yeah.
What the hell do y'all produce? Like, I think they're like literally like one of two entire countries in the Middle East, one of several countries in the Middle East that don't have any natural resource that's sold on the global market.
Yeah.
Like maybe some uranium. Man, anybody over here got nuclear bombs? Wink, wink. And it's like, what do y'all do? So they took the Cuba approach. They basically were like, we produce smart ass people and we ship them all over the world. And it's like, that's fucking brilliant.
yeah,
Because now people go to, they go to pharmacy school in Russia because all the pharmacies in Amman, Jordan were in English, Arabic, Russian.
Yeah.
All the signs, English, Arabic, Russian. Why? So many people go to pharmacy school in Russia, and then there's enough Russians that come there to where they basically created long story short, they created a knowledge economy.
yeah.
Right? We got to make the schools good, and then we can ship all these people out of here.
Yeah.
Sense, honestly.
But they still come back smarter, and they still send their money home.
So the same thing with India.
India does it.
well, yeah.
India does it, but that's only a class of
Yeah.
people. That's the difference. There's only a class of people who are smart enough to be able to be educated enough to do that. Right?
Yeah.
I wonder how many people understand that even like that, because even that to me, like I've heard about the class system, and it's like
that's something I've learned new, right, from my wife.
Yeah.
Right. She had to explain to me there's a caste system and then there is a class system that is prevalent all throughout the subcontinent. Right.
It's crazy, bro.
But that shit exists every place.
Yeah.
We just don't have the balls to call it what it is.
They just like we do what the fuck we want to do. It's really
Right?
Do you understand it like that? Do you know about what like the caste system?
Yeah, it's like in India, it's like races and class system. Mm-hmm. Because you're dark. Majority of the time, a lot of people that are dark in India, you're already in the lower class.
Yep.
Automatically, it's hard to go up the ladder, and it's messed up because that's why it's so much poverty. It's hard to climb that ladder because you're already dark. Yeah, you deal with all that. You like you said, what you saw the poverty in Kenya was worse in India. Like the amount of stuff you see in India, I was like, wow, people living in cardboard right next to a person that has like a nice flat, and they're living their regular life. They have a kid, they go to school while they're taking a shower in the street. I was like, man, this is insane.
Yep. And your class is your class.
Yeah, you're staying there. I don't know if it's even possible to get out of that because of the way they describe it.
You come to the U.S. and Canada. That's what most of them do. Right? It's like,
oh god, get the hell out of there.
But I mean, that stuff is prevalent in a lot of different places, right? And that's the thing. Like it exists all over the continent of Africa.
Yeah.
Right? Most people don't realize like what are the largest ethnic groups in the entire continent? Are they considered the upper class? Yeah. Like I had no idea there were so many damn Bantu.
Yeah.
Dude, there's like literally the migration of them from Nigeria all the way down to South Africa, and they just basically populated themselves everywhere, and it's just like, damn.
Yeah, even I believe the Bajuni tribe. That's the actual African side is from Bantu,
right? Because it was one of the biggest groups of people.
When they spread out over towards the east, you know what I'm saying? They
then that in of itself can be a class with other subclasses, right? But, kind of jumping back to saying before, you got to be able to do something make people out there hustle. Some people use nationalism.
Yeah.
Right? And thank you Europeans for giving us that.
Yeah.
Right? We gonna draw some random ass borders with some pencils, right, on a map, and then still to this day we all still bicker and fight about this shit.
Yeah.
But what is a lot of these countries producing? Like, say that Kenya was like, you know what? We're gonna take all this IMF money and we are going to completely redo all the education system, and we are going to not only have the best hospitals in the entire continent of Africa, but we will ship out our doctors and nurses to any conflict zone. Because you know who does that? Cuba.
Sheesh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've heard of Cuba going up like that.
And we've had an embargo on Cuba since what, 1962, 63?
Yeah.
And they still got that shit going on like that
Yeah.
because they knew we got to have something that we can hustle with. So you want to fix a lot of issues on the continent? First, you got to break down that whole structure of somebody at the top of the pyramid getting all the cash.
You know what, Nathan? I appreciate that because one day I told myself I would go back to Kenya with a machete and run for president. Put myself I gotta go with a machete and fight the nigga and be like,
I'm glad you just kept it at that.
and once I get it, because I'm gonna get the people on my side for sure. I'm gonna call you in as an advisor. I'm like, yo, I need your ideas. Bush, you coming with me too, man? Don't worry. I need an ambassador to India, man. I might need to holla at India for a couple things, but I need some garbs, man.
I mean, they already got good relations with half the world at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, facts, man. But yeah, it just saddens me when I see when I was trying to look at the conflict, the Congo, and really pay attention to it. I'm like, damn, like it's super intricate. It's so much. There's so many different points to it, so many different things. It literally goes so deep that I don't know how many hours you got to pay attention to it to really figure it out. But I was like, I don't know what to say about it. I'm like, it's really deep. If you're out there, you're watching.
All of it is.
Yeah, definitely go pay attention. Like Nathan said, there's a lot of stuff out there. Like, go deep. You feel me? Go ask some questions. Don't just read shit and be like, yeah, this is exactly what it means. You go look at different topics, different people speaking about it, because that's the best way to learn, honestly.
Yeah. Read people you don't agree with.
Yeah.
Even if you don't agree with them, you still understand where they're coming from.
Yeah. Just like the people on the comments of the shorts, like y'all go talk y'all shit. It's all good. It's all love.
Automatic.
We go read it and we go keep pushing because it's cool. It's like what do I want you to engage. So please go ahead.
I mean, if you ain't got no haters, man, you ain't doing it right.
True.
Yeah, because I can hold you that other side. I'm not sure if they got AI bots or something. There's a lot of
They're quick with it.
random usernames, but they're going crazy on me. Talking
So
crazy.
then you know the answer to your question.
They definitely got some. They paying that propaganda, that internet money.
No, speaking on the thing you were talking about, tourism with countries, isn't the same thing going on with Italy?
With Italy?
Yeah, like like a lot of people are moving out of Italy. People that locals are moving out because there's not a lot of jobs, because they're saying that a lot of the economy runs on tourism.
Kind of. A lot of the economies. How do I say this nicely? A lot of the economies in Europe run off of tourism.
Yeah.
Because I mean, what is the biggest draw in Italy? A lot of people will say a lot of different things. You go to northern Italy, it's the mountains, right?
Yeah.
Tourism. You go to Rome, it's old buildings.
Yep. Yeah.
Tourism. You go to the south, you go to Sicily, you go to all these other the Amalfi Coast. What is that?
The mafia.
Tourism.
Yeah.
Go hang out with the mafia down there.
Yeah, but it's based off of tourism.
Nah, tourism for sure.
But it's kind of like, okay, cool. So then for a lot of the younger people, they're trying to create and replicate this idea of tech hubs in every country.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, it ain't going to work in every country.
Yeah.
Not every country is set up for that to work. And to a degree, Italy is one of those countries. And to be honest, Italians are in some aspects are having a difficult time still trying to figure out who the hell they want to be.
Yeah.
Which a lot of places are. So yeah, a lot of countries that are solely based off of tourism, you have to pay attention to migration, climate. Sometimes those things are interchanged with each other.
Yeah.
It gets too hot in one part of the world, all of a sudden you get a ton of migrants. It gets too hot in your part of the world, all of a sudden nobody wants to come see your old buildings.
Yeah.
And
And they're
like,
racist.
they're Europeans. Europeans are homogenous in their groups because they've all agreed upon a border. They've all agreed that you know, I was watching something the other day, and they were like, when did the Romans become Italians? And it's like, you don't even have to watch the video to be like, damn, that's a noodle scratcher, because it wasn't called Italy until, you know, less than 100, 200 years ago, because they had to fight a war to unify it. And then they all had to agree, we're all going to be called Italians, which means they're all different tribes of people that live there, right? So y'all got to find out some way, make all this work. They got a lot of gypsies in Italy. Nobody can figure out what to do with gypsies, or the Romanis. Sorry, Romanis, I shouldn't say gypsies. They couldn't figure out what to do with them. Still can't.
Yeah, I was about to say, I heard
still there.
I feel like every time there's a bad connotation with gypsies. I don't know why. I think Borat made it worse for us, because Borat, I know it's a joke when Borat does it, but he really put that whole thing. It was like, against us the gypsies.
The history of Romani people is fascinating, considering also people still trying to figure out where the hell they come from. Right? Because people are just like, they came from Egypt. That's why we call them gypsies. Like, they ain't come from Egypt. Now they just find out they're just like, the majority of them came from India.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why they call them gypsies? Because people thought they came from Egypt.
Yeah.
It's like, so that's kind of a diss at this point. Why do we still use this?
Yeah.
And they purposefully stick them in, you know, parts of the country. They're just like, just go. We don't want you part of this society. Just don't be here. They're like, well, we're here.
Did you ever see the reality show?
Yes. Don't even ask it. Yes. Yes.
Have you seen that much?
No, I haven't seen that.
It's, oh my god,
My
bro.
big fat gypsy wedding.
Oh my god.
Oh, it is such trash TV, but I can't stop watching it. And it's like, oh my god, this is amazing.
I love reality TV shows.
I hate reality TV, but I can't stop watching that one.
I love certain ones. I'm not going. There's certain ones I'm just like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's funny that
Where do they find these people, bro?
the times I watched reality TV was whenever I came to your place and you had it on.
My favorite one is 90 Day Fiance. I'm sorry, I love 90 Day Fiance. It's such a trip. I love watching the African dudes on there.
I watched a couple of them and I was kind of like, this hurts my soul kind of watching this.
Yeah.
Just one more episode.
There's one dude from Nigeria, right? And he reminds me so much of my cousin. I don't say my cousin's name, but my cousin. Like, I swear to God, the way he looks, the way he acts, his mannerisms, the way he speaks, I'm like, damn, he acts exactly like. And he's like 30 something on the show. The guy's 30, and his wife is like 60, bro. Like, every African dude on there is like dating like a 50-year-old white woman from New Jersey, from Massachusetts. It's like, bro, what's going on? Like, it's real love. It's like, my brother, just come on, man. You know it's our love, man.
Yeah.
And the fascinating one is the actual ones that do actually stay together.
Oh yeah.
And you're kind of like, I just want to follow you on the gram for like a week, because I really want to see, like, is this like legit?
Yeah, on everything, bro.
And their brand is amazing, and it makes you think that they together, and it's kind of like, well, isn't that really, because that's really what we all want, right? We all kind of want that feeling that that's what happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
It makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. I'm okay with it. 2 years later, it's kind of like, oh, they're divorced and he tried to kill her, and it's just like, oh
Yeah.
damn, I didn't see that coming.
No, but that reality shows that I can go into the wormhole too. If I watch one, if it's really good, like just something interesting, if some people that you've never seen before, it's like, yo, what the hell? Oh man! Now, next, I'm like 9 episodes in, and I'm like, I gotta figure out what the hell happened to Kathy. Gotta make sure Kathy's cool, bro.
Nothing will do. I must have closure
On everything, I gotta figure out what's going on with Kathy.
That's
man.
the worst thing about reality TV is it has in this the innate sense that all humans have to have closure.
Yeah.
And they're just kind
And
of
they capitalize on it.
Not today. I can't watch. I can't. It's just destroying my life.
Yeah.
But I gotta watch one more show because I gotta know.
And they're assholes the way they edit it and set it up, because they feed you shit that's about to happen for the next episode. You're like, oh, I gotta watch this episode.
Man,
know
I
it too
worked.
well.
I worked in reality TV for like 3 years, and I was like, I swear I will never watch this. And I basically went like 10 years. I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
And oh my god, I felt so much better. But then I would go home and visit the fam, and my sister would watch. I can't even remember. And my sister calls it her reality TV her smut.
Yeah.
And she would say, we just gotta watch. Actually, I think that's how I got the Gypsy Wedding, was watching it with her. And we would just watch it, and she was just kind of like, did you know that they don't allow the men to like go to school after the age of 12? They all have to just start working. I'm thinking to myself,
Yeah.
why are you giving me these facts? Why are you this is literally is the dopamine. Why
Yeah.
you just no, we gotta watch one more episode. Because you gotta know what happens to these people.
Oh yeah.
I have to know. And after the whole season, you're kind of like, why did I do that?
The best one to me, to The reason why I kind of started watching reality shows was Breaking Amish. You ever seen Breaking Amish?
I've seen the episode with you.
Bro, I'm from the Midwest. I've seen enough Amish people in real life.
Yo,
I know that because they showed the different types of Amish people, which is like, oh yeah, like those are like Mennonites, like those are Amish people who can drive cars. Like, I know these people. I see them when I go home.
No, but you have a different experience. You've seen these. I never seen an Amish person. So I seen the Amish person on TV, and they talk about leaving the Amish and going to hang out and do it. I was like, I gotta see what the fuck they on, because I can hold you. There's one episode, there's one dude. There was like five of the Amish people. Like 4 of them were like unsure about leaving and like, oh, going into a new city. There was one, you can tell the look at his face. This nigga couldn't wait to get off that farm. He's like, man, I'm tired of doing this damn work. As soon as he left, the first day he got a tattoo. He would have got piercing in his face. That nigga would have got a haircut, got a whole new clothes, doing all the Amish shit. He looked totally different the first episode. All these Amish homies were like shocked to see him, and I'm like, yo, this is magical. They're tripping out about fucking phone booths and random shit. I'm like, yo, these people live in America, bro.
Bro, sometimes we would drive down the freeway back home, and you take the back roads, which are smaller freeways, right? And you take the back roads to all the farms, and then you have to drive much, much slower because, especially at night, there will be an Amish person on the freeway, a 2-lane freeway, with his horse and carriage.
Oh man!
And they have the little triangle symbol on the back, so it's like a flex.
Yeah.
But and then you have to slow down the car, and it's like you realize you're like, this is real shit. Like these people do not, like Amish people, not like the offshoot Amish people.
Yeah.
Like these people legit. This is like they build their own houses. They build them. They drive horses and buggies. Horses.
Oh God.
They literally live on 1 horsepower.
Yeah.
And it's just like, to me, it's just normal. Oh yeah, you see Amish people all the time. Yeah. Not all the time. It's like depending on where you drive. Oh yeah, you see them.
That shit trips me out. I honestly, that's like my how white people want to go see the safari. You go look at lions and giraffes.
You want to go see the Amish people?
God. I'm trying to go pass by that freeway, look with some binoculars. Like, can we get close to them? Can we go talk to them? You actually touch the buggy? Like, hello, Mr. Amish. I'm a black man. Do not be worried. Do not be scared. Build me a shed right now.
We once went on a family vacation to Missouri. So we were at the Iowa-Missouri border. And there was a gas station there, and there was Amish people like selling. Oh God, what were they selling? I can't remember. They're selling like stuff for your kitchen, like your kitchen pots, right? To put your kitchen pots on. They basically crocheted like pot holders or whatever. And I remember I was like, oh, I've only read about Amish people. I think I was like 12, 13 at the time. I was like, I've only read about Amish people. Okay, great. So I walk over and I'm just kind of like, hey, how's it going? And then they look at me and it's kind of like, why are they looking at me so strange? Like they ain't never seen no black people. Haven't y'all seen black people on TV? I had no concept. My mother was like, they don't have television.
Yeah.
We didn't have television. How do they see black people? They probably don't. There's no black Amish people?
Oh man. No, facts. Is there black Amish people?
Yes.
Oh, there are?
Yes, there are. So
Are they treated the same as other Amish?
I don't know. I've never hung out with any of them.
That's even rare. I gotta go on the safari master. The guy giving the tours like we're trying to. Oh my God! Everybody, look! It's a black Amish guy. It's a black Amish guy. Very rare.
They speak German, right?
Nah.
Yeah, Amish people. They on the. I don't want to call it the Amish reservation, but like the Amish town. They speak. Some people call it High German. It's like old German because they all left Germany. They're all German religious refugees, if you will.
Oh shit!
They all came here because they were too extreme because they're really not.
Yeah.
And they speak German. So when you meet Amish people, depending on whether you're like in the Midwest, like Iowa, Ohio, Pennsylvania, it's like some of them will literally come and holler at you, and it's just like, bro, where you got a German accent? Where are you from? Where, like, for real, where are you from? Like, that beard is amazing. Where are you from?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
I thought they came from the Pilgrims.
No.
I thought they were descendants of Pilgrims. I was like, their forefathers. Did their forefathers create Thanksgiving? No disrespect to Oh man, I
You know how
swear.
much people gonna be watching this?
Dog,
If y'all hit that demographic, I'll be like, damn, props. Man, props.
You get banned.
I imagine there's one. Hey, shout out to if any Amish nigga, the Mennonites. You know, I know y'all watching something. The Mennonites be able to use the internet, right?
Yeah, they can use common like electricity cars.
Shout out to the Mennonites, man. Shout out to the Amish people, man. We're coming. I'm gonna do the safari, the Amish safari. If anybody else wants to join in, please let me know. We're gonna get the van. And we're gonna cut the top off of it.
Well, that's
Bro,
an
they used to
untapped
have a show
market.
back in the day called the Amish Mafia. Did you hear?
Oh yeah, I haven't watched it, but I heard of it.
You heard about this?
Yeah.
And it was basically Mennonites.
Oh, word!
The legit mafia.
They were like legit, like mafia, like driving around these big ass like pickup trucks, like fucking with people, and it's just like,
I gotta look
damn,
into that.
this feels too staged, but I can't turn away. I can't turn away. This is amazing.
Oh man, this is I will. We gone on for a long time, but that's what happens when you have fun.
Yes,
we appreciate you, Nathan, for coming through, bro.
I definitely thanks for having me. I harassed you enough.
Nah, it's love. I
You gotta put me on, brother.
Nah. I was so happy that you came by. If you want anything else you wanted to say before we cut it off,
Bro, we could literally be here till like 5 o'clock in the morning. I got a kid. I got to wake up in the morning, so it's probably best. But definitely, thank you for having me. Y'all brothers keep this up. It's good to see y'all grown
we
and
appreciate
hustling.
We try.
So I am proud and I'm a humble person, but I still have to say I do take a little bit of credit for that.
no, 100%.
No, you definitely do.
You're definitely a product of it. You're the reason why we are where we are and how we move.
Yeah.
And we definitely appreciate it. Bashir, anything you want to say?
No, I just want to tell Nathan I hope you will come to another episode soon.
Yeah, we definitely
another
got
one.
Nathan back.
Y'all holler at a brother and we put it on the calendar.
No, definitely.
Yeah,
we'll definitely
do that.
We will link. We'll set something up.
No, definitely it was a pleasure, man. Thank you for being here. It was dope.
We love you and appreciate you, bro.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, this has been episode 10, I believe. This is the 10th episode. If you stayed this far, God bless you. We appreciate you watching. Check out the rest of the episodes. There's a bunch of links and clicks on there. There's go support your boys. They're definitely trying to shadow ban us. YouTube, stop being a player hater. Let us do our thing. Go out there. I don't care if you're gonna talk crap on the comments. We don't care, but do your thing. As long as y'all engaging, have conversations. Just be civil.
Yeah.
Let's not be crazy and disrespect anybody. We ain't trying to
Everybody
disrespect
act like y'all got mamas.
exactly, yo. And remember to keep that shit on God.
On God.
You already know this. Shout out to Ahmad.
Yes, sir.
One love.